These nations have had to sit and wait. And again, Panama came into the day with an outside chance of moving on to the quarterfinals. They now know their fate, so these two nations just playing it out. For the call, Keith Costigan and Mariano Trujillo.
Thank you very much, Rob. Well, that weather delay killed any of those lingering hopes for Panama. They know now they will not move on to the knockout stages. But, Mariano, you had mentioned this, the perfect game to get them ready for World Cup qualifiers, which are just around the corner.
And I think this should be the approach for the players and for the coach. They will have the opportunity to perform in front of the coach and earn a spot in the next qualifiers that will start in September. So, great opportunity for some of the players that haven't had an opportunity to play this game.
Panama kicking things off, attacking from left to right. Exploria Stadium, this game should have been played earlier, should have been played at the same time as that Honduras-Qatar game. Qatar winning 2-0, meaning they top Group D. Honduras go through in second place, and Panama, well, they were in both games they played. 3-3 against Qatar, 3-2 loss against Honduras, but they will not be moving on. And much changed lineup today as well, Mariano. 7 changes on that side that lost to Honduras last time.
7 changes. The whole tournament, it's been an issue with the injuries, the weather, the humidity. You need some fresh legs, and they didn't know before the game started and the delay that they won't have an opportunity to move forward. So I'm assuming the coach wanted some fresh legs to try to apply a high tempo, knowing that they needed to score some goals. Well, now, like we said, it is a good opportunity for these players that some of them is their first participation in this tournament.
Long ball forward, and it's played in behind, and Rhys Cook, who's back in goal. He was the man who made that, Rhys Charles Cook, who made that mistake in the opening matchup against Honduras, but he was quick off his line and read the danger there very well. Throw in taken here by Richard Peralta, one of those defensive reinforcements. The Panama lineup, I guess the biggest one will be Barcenas not being involved from the start.
I agree with you. Number 10, creative player. It's a surprise for me that he's not in the starting lineup. Gaby Torres, the Pumas player, with his first appearance in this tournament, will have that opportunity. Quintero, number 19, will be playing in that position, the number 10 role. Let's see if he can adjust and create something for Panama.
And Gaby Torres, the 2013 Gold Cup Golden Boot winner, so a man with a lot of experience. Panama trying to come forward here on this right-hand side. Trying to attack those spaces in behind. That one again is going to travel through to Rhys Charles Cook. Just on the Granada side of things, they did start that Honduras game really well. They had a couple of chances, and then the goalkeeper error, and then it kind of snowballed from there. Very difficult against Qatar, who were really rampant in that second game, that 4-0 victory.
I think when you're not the favorite, Keith, it's just a matter of making the first mistake. You know, you're solid, you're compact, your rhythm and enthusiasm is high if you're playing good, but once you concede that first goal, you have to be tough mentally, and I think that the Grenadian team hasn't been like that after making the first mistake.
Well played out to that left-hand side for Peralta, who looks like he's lining up in that left-back position. Carrasquilla, who you could argue has been the most consistent performer so far from Panama in midfield. Long ball forward looking for Torres. Torres battling for it. But Grenada, well, they have resisted making wholesale changes. Just 3 changes on the side that lost last time out to Qatar.
I think they want to close this Gold Cup on a high note, and getting a point, even scoring their first goal in this competition will be something good for them. The coach said, we've been enjoying our participation in the tournament. This is a great opportunity for us to grow our soccer. So I think their approach facing Panama today is that one. Hopefully keep a clean sheet and score their first one.
Have you had this situation, Mariano, where you've had to sit around all day, have that weather delay to play on your mind a little bit?
It does. You know, you already have a routine. You go from the hotel to the stadium. You know what to do to prepare yourself to be at your best in the game. And then when you have this type of situations, everything changes. You have to be strong mentally, refocus. Don't think about the game, because you will be tired by the time that the game starts. It's different. It's different, but it's part of the game. It's not the first one in this tournament. We have had these similar situations, so back in your head, you have to be prepared for that as well.
And local time, the game will start today and end tomorrow. So there you go. Longest game ever.
The longest game ever, yes.
Grenada with the free kick, Oliver Norburn. Pressure Shrewsbury Town in England is over this one. Incidentally, the Grenada manager, Michael Finley, saying we're pleased to be able to take advantage of these opportunities in front of us, playing these big teams. And he said, we hope our reputation as a football group has grown. Getting some perspective in terms of what's available for Granada compared to some of the other teams, including Panama. This is a positive step in the Gold Cup.
Yeah, definitely. It is a positive step. Obviously, the results are different. But again, they have shown some good sparks during the tournament, especially offensively, right? Defensively, they have been disjointed pretty much throughout the whole tournament. But I think it's the lack of work. It's not easy to bring players that are overseas to play and work with them. So I think you have to go one step at a time, and this is a step forward for Granada.
Good interception there for Norburn, but feisty play in the middle of midfield so far from Panama. Their games, you can argue, have been the most entertaining in the tournament so far. That first matchup against Qatar, 6 goals. 3 times Panama had to fight back and get level. They actually led against Honduras by 2 goals to 1.
I think that has been their problem, Keith. They have no problem finding the back of the net. They have plenty of firepower up front, but defensively, they haven't been solid. Lack of intensity sometimes because they had numbers in the right positions, but they get caught ball watching. And if you really want to qualify to the World Cup, you need to make those changes starting September.
Eccles just playing that ball out to McQueen on that right-hand side. Good pressure again coming. Rodriguez all over him and does well. He wins it back too. He can give away the free kick. Carrasquilla, nice first-time pass, gets it back. Lovely football this from Panama. They're in behind here. Chance to go for goal. It's a super hit. Superb football to get the ball to Alberto Quintero, and he rifled it home. And we had to wait for the start, and that goal was worth the wait. 1-0.
Yeah, that's right. Panama. That's what the shirt said, and it was a great combination by the Panamanian team. Quintero, the Universitario player in Peru, with a great finish, a great linking right here in the middle of the park. First time, that give and go, that first touch is everything. It's a high percentage of the goal. First touch to turn and then finish it solid to the far post. Impossible for the goalkeeper. Great start by Panama. Solid. All laces, kid. Impossible for the goalkeeper.
And we just had that wonder, didn't we, if Panama, knowing the result earlier, might have dropped ahead, might have shifted their focus, knowing they couldn't go through. I think we have our answer.
Like I said, as a player, every time you're on the field, you want to win. That competitiveness, it's inside of you, and you want to win regardless of what the other result was. You want to win, you want to score, you want to put a good performance for your coach. And I think, like I said, for Gabi Torres, for Quintero, some of the veterans of this team, it's a good opportunity to convince, in case the coach wasn't convinced of having them for the qualifiers.
And another win back here from Quintero, trying to play that one through for Gabi Torres. Torres holding it up again on the turn. Something he can do well. Nice ball again for the goal scorer. Quintero. Very good tempo. Carrasquilla, he was involved twice in the goal. I just feel like that tempo improves when he gets on the ball. Alberto Carrasquilla.
He's a consistent player in the middle of the park with a great vision, reading the game very well, not being always in the line of the ball, but behind of that line of the ball to be the outlet in case they cannot go forward.
Good football again here from Panama, says Avellanes. He's got a good left foot on him, gets it on his left foot, and that one curled just wide. And they're really going for the jugular here early on, Panama.
He already scored in this Gold Cup. Nice cut inside. And then the finish was kind of wide, but it was a good idea from Giannis. Too easy for Panama right now, recovering the ball in the middle of the field, finding a lot of spaces in between the lines. Granada needs to be better defensively, and if they want to improve and at least leave a good impression in this Gold Cup, they need to improve in that aspect of the game.
Well, there is a young fan that's stayed with us the distance.
We're thankful for that.
Yeah, thank you. Late night tonight. Machado, the header clear. Grenade onto the second ball. Carrasquilla loses out initially. They'll get it back. And then, well, he was trying to dummy, but his teammates weren't on the same page, so that went straight through for Norburn. Arthur Patterson, who looks like he's lining up in that left-back role. Norburn. Not sure if that's what he intended with the pass, but it worked out in the end as Regan Charles Cook was coming inside. Regan Charles Cook might have another chance here, but that's a good read defensively, coming across to make the challenge is the captain for the day, Adolfo Machado. No Harold Cummings, who we replaced in the last match through injury. And look at Thomas Christensen there, the Panama coach who'd won 7 of his first 12 matches. This is a real blow not to be able to move on to the knockout stages. Although he was quick to point out this group had 3 top teams and others didn't.
and I agree, honestly, after what we have seen from Qatar, I think, he was right. It was an entertaining game against Qatar, and then Honduras was probably the favorite in this group. So, I mean, yes, they had it against Honduras. They couldn't get at least a point that would put them in a better position to face Grenada today. You learn, right? You learn from your mistakes.
I'm not quite sure if you go to your bosses and tell them that kind of excuse it's going to fly.
Yeah.
But we saw again, Qatar, a real threat in this competition.
Yeah, they're enjoying themselves. They're here just to live the experience. They're playing great soccer, not just offensively, but also defensively. I think they have improved today. They look solid against Honduras. I think it will be a good test for the quarterfinals.
Asian champions?
Yeah.
If they won CONCACAF, were they trying to be the undisputed champion of the world?
I think so. And honestly, I mean, to be honest, the way this Gold Cup is going, I haven't seen the U.S. and Mexico, the big boys or the big names, being that consistent. So you never know.
Machado knocks that across to his central defensive partner, Roderick Miller. Yanis has been very lively. Very interchangeable movement from this Panama attack so far. Abele Arza. Machado, nice bit of skill from him. Cordoba, first time inside, but loses out and then compounds the issue with the late challenge.
Yeah, it was a late challenge by Cordoba, the right back. Not a bad intention there. I think his lid before he was trying to attack the ball. Still foul. Panama is moving the ball very well in the middle of the field, playing simple 1 and 2 touches, forcing Grenada to chase the ball. And I think that this is one of their weaknesses, not being well organized when they don't have the ball, not shifting properly and at the right time. That's creating a lot of gaps that Panama is taking advantage of.
And Charles Cook going a little bit longer. Charles Cook was the intended target. Norburn, the pressure from Gabi Torres, and the help from Yanis. Trying to spring Rodriguez on that far side. He's got a good bit of pace, Rodriguez. And he's in behind Sterling, the fullback. Rodriguez whipped in, crossed towards the far post. And almost a second goal. The goalkeeper has it eventually, but that probably should have been poked home by Alberto Quintero, who made the run.
That was a great cross. Smart one, I will say. Trying to put the ball into space for your teammate to find the ball, going forward and attacking that ball just to push it to the back of the net. Great intervention by the goalkeeper. Amazing save. It wasn't easy, it was close. He made himself big and saved the second one. But again, it's too easy for Panama, Kid. Either in the middle of the park or on the flanks, they're finding tons of spaces going forward.
And Alberto Carrasquilla again just trying to pull the strings, and Miller playing that ball forward. Rodriguez and that inside channel. Yanis. Saw spells of this kind of possession as well against Honduras. Just those issues that you'd mentioned, Mariano, defensively. Thomas Christensen when this is all said and done, will have to regroup ahead of those World Cup qualifiers.
Without a doubt. I think their biggest issue defensively, it was when they had possession of the ball, which is strange because they have a good possession of the ball. They're a very technical team. But when the ball was in the final third, they were watching the ball, watching the play, not being aware of what was happening around them. And Honduras took advantage of that. Qatar did the same thing. They were being split kind of easy. So they need to improve on that. And if they can do that, they will be a tough team during the World Cup qualifiers.
Well, the US now know who they will play in the quarterfinals of the Gold Cup. That action will be coming this weekend. Sunday, Costa Rica, Canada will open things up 7 p.m. as the ball's played through on goal. And a real opportunity. That one cleared off the line. Pierre just got back to deny a second goal for Ayaza.
What a ball. Last minute save by Pierre. When you don't stop, when you continue, you run, you get your reward either on defense or when you're attacking, and that's what Pierre did. It looks it's a matter of time for Panama to score the second one.
The spaces are there in behind, aren't they? But just the finish, the US will play this Sunday. They'll face off against Jamaica earlier in the day. The action will kick off 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, with Canada taking on Group C winner Costa Rica. I don't see a bad matchup in the quarterfinals, Mariana.
Oh, no. It's going to be a good test for the U.S. They haven't been sharp, I will say. They have been effective. They have been effective, but now it's for real. Now you have to bring your A game, and they will have to do that if they want to advance to the semifinals.
Who have you been most impressed with so far?
Honduras, honestly. But now it's a tough call now because without Albert Ellis and Kyoto, I don't know what will they have. They have Bankston up front, but somebody else will need to step up to score goals with the Honduras national team. I think Mexico needs to improve a lot, especially when they're facing a team that sits back and closes the spaces. It's not easy for the Mexican team to put the ball in the back of the net.
Siobhan John Brown is the player who was involved in the initial challenge. Our own Sterling there as well. And there's that link-up play for the goal, and the turn from Quintero, so quick, clinical.
That turn is everything. You know, the importance of being aware of what's happening around you, to scan what is around you before you receive the ball. He knew his position. He knew that the defenders were around him, but he had enough time to turn and set himself up to take that shot, and he was clinical, as you said. Perfect shot from this guy, Quintero. Tons of experience.
Roberto Quintero now 33 years of age. You might remember him from a spell, the Earthquakes in MLS on loan. It looks like Siobhan John Brown's going to continue to get attention off the field. Michael Finley watching on. Some of his substitutes seem to be readying.
I didn't see anything major for him to be sub, but there's been something that is bothering him if he is going to be sub.
Canastia. And a nice ball out wide. Ball played just underneath for Rodriguez. Gaby Torres playing that 9 role a little bit differently, dropping off, getting his touches.
And I think that's smart. When you are that number 9 and you stay in between the two center backs, you become a reference. You have to, stay there in the beginning, but then check in those spaces that your offensive midfielder is creating for you. And I think Torres is smart. He does that with Pumas in Mexico. Even though he didn't have a great season with the Mexican team, he knows how to do that. And he also can play the target man role when he has to.
Played further forward, and Ayala trying to win it back, and Panama will have a throw in. Quintero just playing it off the Grenada defender. Now we are going to see Siobhan John Brown coming back on the field. So we're back 11v11. If you're joining us late, you really are joining us very late.
Very late. Yeah.
This game should have been all said and done. Group D action earlier today. Qatar winners over Honduras, meaning they will top the group. Honduras in second. Panama looking to close out with a positive result here. Live standings would have them on 4 points. probably look back on that Honduras game where they did lead. Fell apart a little bit defensively. Played out of play there by Alexander McQueen.
In order to grow, Keith, you need to have an idea of what you want on the field. And I think Granada, it's offensively, they like to have possession of the ball, but defensively, sometimes they're disjointed. So some of the players are going and apply some sort of pressure, and the other ones are dropping. So that creates a lot of spaces in between the lines. Panama is taking advantage of that. So you have to make up your mind. Either you go and put pressure as a unit, or you sit back and force the other team to create their own spaces.
You love to see this wherever you go as well, don't you? Grenada fans.
Yes.
In the Orlando area. And they stuck it out with us tonight as well.
They're here to support, and they're supporting us as well, so thank you very much.
Ball won well by Miller. Second opportunity. Carrasquilla. He's caught himself there a little bit as he turned back towards his own goal. And that's cheeky from Calderon. The goalkeeper getting the start today. Just about got it off his feet. Yeah, this referee says play on because Panama maintain possession, but I think they're going to stop now. And he's going to have a word here because of the challenge from McQueen. But what about this for a bit of skill from a goalkeeper?
That's risky. Hey, I have no problem with that. If the result is going to be good, that's okay. The problem is when, you know, the ball ends in the back of the net.
You've shown me a video of you doing similar moves, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but I wasn't there. You know, I wasn't inside of the box. I was doing it on the final third, so it wasn't the same risk.
You're a lot more elegant the way you did it as well.
You know, nowadays, even the goalkeepers have to learn and know how to play with the ball on their feet. It's a requirement. Back in the day, it wasn't like that, but now everybody's trying to replicate, you know, building up from the back and what they've seen in different leagues and different teams. So now it's becoming a requirement to be a good goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's playing that ball back for Miller. Peralta put under a little bit of pressure. Doesn't look as comfortable there, Peralta, as Davis perhaps is at left back when he can get forward.
Yeah, and you can tell right away when a player is not comfortable, when he is not prepared to go forward, which is the style that Panama likes to play, building up from the back, but being pragmatic going forward.
And they've lost this one here, and a chance to go for goal, but that one really shouldn't trouble Calderon. Took a deflection, and it's going to be out for a corner, and he's complaining to his defenders.
And I think he's right. You know, I think Cordoba was overconfident in that one. You have to play simple, especially if you're in your initial third. If you're facing a better opposition, this can be a great opportunity for them to score.
Corner kick to be taken by Regan Charles Cook. He's got Omar Beckles and Pierre both coming forward. St. John Lewis as well, battling for position. The goalkeeper comes and wasn't sure of himself. And now the chance to break here for Rodriguez. Showing his pace already. He's going to come inside, a little chip delivery towards that far post. Good read. Defensively back in. There's good play from Beckles. Yanis. Rodriguez. Cordoba has made the overlap. Instead, he's going to come inside. Quintero. And for Yanis. Rodriguez, more patient build-up here from Panama. Now they try to go for the curled effort. And you can see exactly what the idea was from Rodriguez. He's trying to create that angle.
And he certainly did. He was preparing it for that great cut inside to the left foot. Yeah, he wasn't pleased because he had time and space to curve that ball a little bit more away from the goalkeeper. He was close, but why?
We are going to see a change. Benjamin Etienne is going to come on. And he's going to replace Sterling, the fullback. So Etienne has played our fullback as well. But on the other side...
18 years of age, Etienne. What an amazing situation, right? 18 years of age being part of your national team playing Gold Cup. Just living the experience.
Just interesting that Sterling was jogging across. Didn't look like there was much of a knock.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But as you mentioned, big minutes again for Benjamin Etienne.
It's not easy to play these type of tournaments, Keith, with all the traveling, the training, the recovery. We mentioned the weather before. It's not easy for the players. Only 3 changes from this Grenadian team. So you have some miles on those legs, and you can see that some players are struggling already.
Another good switch. Panama look at their best when they really open things up and stretch that Grenada defensive shape. Quintero, last challenge, and it's going to be a free kick, and it's going to be a card as well. Norburn was late, and
Quintero's asking if he's crazy. Well, he plays in England, and that is just a regular challenge over there. Yeah, he got a piece of Quintero, but he also touched the ball right there. He was a good replay. You know, and that's funny, but it is true. You know, you're used to play in a certain way. You challenge the ball in a certain way, and his face is, what did I do wrong? And then Quintero asking if he's crazy. That's why you face in these type of tournaments, especially with different referees. That's why the experience is good.
In England, that's not a yellow card. In League One, that's it. It's play on challenge.
Play on.
That's where he plays.
I totally agree with you. That's why he was surprised. He's like, what did I do?
Michael Finley watching on. Really had good perspective ahead of this game in terms of where his team have come from to get to this position. Determined not to let the results dampen his spirits. It's about what's next. Yanis Carrasquilla wants it to feed again. Machado. Cordoba making the run out wide. That's who he's found. Just coming back to get possession. Quintero. Just a step ahead every time they pass that ball quickly, Panama.
Oh.
Yanis, they have options out on the far side. And a chance to go for goal. And Rodriguez finds the bottom corner. A flowing team move once again from Panama, and they deservedly double the lead, 2-0.
Yeah, and the fans are celebrating in the stands, and why not? That was a great combination, amazing linking from one side to another, cheeky by Gaby Torres with that back heel. And Gianni's reading Rodriguez's movement right away. First time, it's really hard to defend when you're playing 1 and 2 touches. Ayar's in the middle of the park, this one. You know, he knew that Giannis was there. He didn't need to turn. And then 1 and 2, Rodriguez with an amazing, a flashing finish just right there to score the second one of the night for Panama. That first touch, kid, that first touch is 80% of the goal. Kids, the first touch is the most important thing in soccer. If you can set yourself up for the next play, the result is going to be good, just like Panama did in the second one.
Well, they have been made to wait a long time to get on the field, but it's been worth the wait so far from Panama. They're coming forward again. They smell blood here. They're trying to kill this one off. Ayaza from distance. That was swerving. And they may not be moving on, but the fans are smiling with this kind of performance.
Well, all laces, power instead of placement. I think he could have used the inside of the right foot to use the placement. Yes, add power, but he didn't hesitate. He took his chances. It was over the crossbar. Good idea. Not the best execution by this number 20, Ayarza.
Thomas Christensen, he did say he doesn't just want to build a team, he wants to build an entertaining team and play a good brand of football, and we've seen that so far tonight.
And I think throughout the whole tournament, kid, they have been a fun team to watch. If you go and check the highlights of their different games, like I said, they have no problem finding the back of the net. They have to be better defensively, and I think today they're accomplishing that as well.
Coburn trying to play that big switch, and it was easily read by Peralta. You mentioned Peralta. He's a better defensive left-back. Davis a better attacking left-back. They both have their issues the other way, so such is the life of a coach. You like a little bit of both in that left-back position.
Then you have to make decisions. That's why it's important the selection of your players, the selection of your personnel. If you have a winger that it's very good on 1v1, probably you put a fullback that is more defensive-minded to balance that side of the field. And if not, you have to readjust.
Benjamin at the end on the field and in the referee's notebook. Late challenge on the very speedy Rodriguez.
Here's a replay. Rodriguez, that touch, actually had time to look inside of the box to put the ball in. Etienne was late.
Late and nowhere even close.
Close to the ball, yes. You know, and I think that's lack of experience, Keith. You know, he didn't need to challenge that ball. He could have run diagonally to close the angle and probably has a better chance to either block the cross or recover. But that's how you learn, you know, playing the game at the highest level, and I think Granada is doing that in this Gold Cup.
Cesar Ramos, the Mexican official, was well positioned to see that challenge. And just getting that Granada wall back here for a free kick in an excellent area to get a delivery into the box for Yanis or Quintero. Right and left-footed options here for Panama. It's going to be Quintero, and the defender doesn't deal with it as well as he probably should have. Ayarza gets it back to Rodriguez. Again, he's going to try curl one, and that one right into the heart of the big defender, Pierre. Peralta. Yanis, surrounded by two defenders, still managed to get that ball out of his feet. Rodriguez. He does like that ball to that far post. Yanis inside the area. Yanis whipped in towards an near post, and well, Charles Cook gets it in at the second attempt. Really haven't had the opportunity to offer anything on the counter-attack so far, Granada. See if that changes here. Regan Charles Cook taking Cordoban a little bit wider. Gets his cross in, and that's right into the hands of Calderon. And look at the space here for Yanis to counter-attack into. Yanis is going to get it back. Rodriguez out wide. Torres, strong challenge. Beckles. Give a little bit of space out wide for Regan Charles Cook. Inside the area, onto his right foot. Right into the path of Adolfo Machado. This is better though from Granada.
Yeah, they were able to find some space, but they're too stretched when they're going forward. The back line is sitting back. The midfielders are pushing forward, and luckily for them, Panama didn't take advantage of that, but two good breakaways from Granada, and now some sort of possession. And if you're Panama, Keith, when you're not having any issues defensively, it sometimes is really hard to keep doing the right thing, keep playing simple. You try to do a little bit more than normal or usual, and I think Panama is being good in that aspect. It's sticking to the plan, to the scheme, and it's been working, but they have to keep an eye on the breakaways if they want to keep the clean sheet.
St. John Lewis, another ball out wide, and this is the man who's been causing the issues, Regan Charles Cook. And now the flag belatedly goes up against them, coming back from an offside position.
Here's a replay again. Yeah, that was close, but yeah, I think it was an offside position. You know, they have to make a faster decision. He had a couple of opportunities on that left flank side, and he was hesitant. It was a 1v1 situation against Cordoba, and he was waiting for some help. You know, take your chances.
When you've conceded, though, at the rate Panama have had in the first two games, how important is it for them to get the clean sheet in this one, to have something defensively to build on?
It is important. regardless of the opposition that you have in front of you, you have to improve. And the only way that you improve is by do simple things in a right way, which is shifting right, stepping up if you have to, play simple when you're building up from the back. And I think they have done that. But that's what I said. In these last two plays, Panama was stretched. And if you're facing a better opposition, the U.S., Honduras, Mexico, they can punish you. So for qualifiers, that will be important, especially playing away, because that can be the key factor to get a good result or being smashed.
Strong run down the middle here, and when was that run going to end from Pierre? Rodriguez going the other way. There's a big gaping hole where Pierre should be at centre-back. Now he's getting himself back in. Yanis, Ayaza, Quintero, they're teeing themselves up here. And Grenada's defensive shape dropping deeper and deeper and deeper. They have a chance to break here, though. They have 5 players over the halfway line. Ball out wide. 2 at the edge of the penalty area. And still they try to go forward. And that's defended well in the end by Miller. It was Berkeley Ajipong who was man trying to hold possession up for Grenada. On this Sunday, we're going to have quarter-final action in Gold Cup play, and it's going to involve the US. We now know who they will play. It will be Jamaica, Canada, and Costa Rica will open the action that day, 7 p.m. Eastern on FS1. The US against Jamaica will be the nightcap. I got to get your predictions on those ones, Mariana.
Well,
put you on the spot?
No, not really. I think Canada has lost some of their offensive power, so I think Costa Rica will move forward. It will be a tough one, and I'm intrigued about the U.S. Like I said, they're being effective. They have had the results, but I haven't seen them perform at least the way we're expecting them to perform. I know it's a new group of players, but I don't know. I think they will advance, but I think they will struggle.
I like that. Not just giving us a result, letting us know what's coming next.
Yeah, I mean, you have to back up your words and do a little analysis.
We'll revisit this later on in the tournament, my friend.
All right.
Corner kick opportunity here for Panama. As I mentioned, a chance to get a positive result, a clean sheet. And a header, well, that's one that Machado will want back. He looks to the skies as if to say he knows he should have hit the target there.
That should have been on target. At least time and space. He reads the ball well, and he goes over the crossbar. Probably he jumped a little late. The ball was kind of high, but still, no man marking him. It was a clear opportunity, a free header for him. And those are the little things, the little details that you have to tweak or change for the qualifiers. Those opportunities will be rare in the qualifiers, so sometimes it's just one opportunity that you have, and you have to send the ball to the back of the net.
Saturday we're going to have Gold Cup quarterfinal action as well, and again 2 really enticing games. Qatar taking on El Salvador, 7:20 p.m. Eastern on FS2, and then Mexico taking on Honduras on FS1. And you've said really impressed with Honduras so far, so I'm going to go with predictions on these 2.
I think it's going to be really hard for Mexico. They tie against Trinidad and Tobago, the Trinidadian team that sat back, that they were very defensive, close in the spaces, and I think Honduras is going to do the same now that they don't have Albert Ellis and probably Kyoto. I think they will sit back. They're physical. They know Mexico very well. They will close the spaces. Mexico has been struggling finding those opportunities, and they haven't been clinical in front of goal. So I'll say Mexico, but again, same scenario as the U.S.
You had me set up thinking you were about to say Honduras. You've got Mexico in there. Okay. Kowalski trying to play that one through corner, but in on goal. Just about getting back in defensively is Charles Cook. It was the goalkeeper, Reece Charles Cook, but Regan Charles Cook, who's the man who made the run back defensively as well.
It was a smart run by Cordoba. As a fullback, you don't have to always run on the outside. Sometimes you can cut the field running diagonally inside of the midfielder or the defender. Cordoba did very well and it was a tough clash in between the two players from Granada.
The two brothers colliding. A family of footballers, all three of them. There you see, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one. You think that the goalkeeper was exposed on that one, but this one, number 13, took the worst of it.
And apparently their uncle was a very good boxer as well. So there you go, what a family.
Play on.
Yanis, the goalkeeper, gets a strong punch to that one, so he's back up and he's okay, but I want to make contact with one of the Panama attackers. Centre-back Roderick Miller, he's back on his feet quickly.
We can confirm that he was a good boxer. Look at this punch. Solid to the ball. No foul over there, just two players challenging for the ball. Yeah.
And just going back to we mentioned 3 of the quarterfinals. The other one, El Salvador, Qatar. El Salvador very good so far. Qatar also.
That's going to be a good one. Actually, to be honest, I believe that's the most entertaining matchup that we have because of the style of playing. Qatar is an entertaining team. They like to go forward. They send numbers to attack. And El Salvador trying to implement this different style with Hugo Perez, building up from the back. And they play very well against Mexico with players that like to have the ball in the middle of the park. I'm really intrigued to see the final result on this one. I don't have a prediction in this one, kid. I'm sorry.
Disappointing, Mariano. I'm going to give you the rest of the game. We'll come back to that later on.
I'll think about it.
That fast start, but Grenada just dropping that little bit deeper. They're not trying to engage as high. Just allowing Panama possession in areas that are non-threatening.
Yeah, but you saw Machado with that ball, not pressure at all, not connecting the pass because he was trying to do something more. He had, I think it was Rodriguez right there checking in for the ball by himself. He could have played a simple pass. As a coach, when you're facing this type of play or this type of game, you have to be solid and consistent with what you want your team to perform.
And Cedrell Lewis taking a little bit of a knock on the head here as he slow to get back to his feet. Machado, you just see the elbow there making contact. Here's that second goal again from Rodriguez.
That was a rocket. Keep it on the ground, making it harder for the goalkeeper. Good first touch. Yes. Nice goal by number 7. You know, Panama has a good squad. You know, Rodriguez playing in Spain, in Deportivo Alavés. If they can fix those little things, Keith, I think they will be a complicated team for any of the other squads being part of the CONCACAF qualifiers.
2 of the first 3 games in World Cup qualifiers are at home. They open up with Costa Rica, then they're on the road at Jamaica, and then it's back home for Mexico. Lewis is very slow to get back to his feet here. Karski, another player who plies his trade in Spain as well. Thomas Christensen played for a pretty big club in Spain himself, Barcelona. Johan Cruyff was the manager at the time.
Oh, does he have a cut? That was a straight elbow to Luis' head. Not bad intention for Machado, just challenging for the ball. It's a natural movement of the arm. It still hurts.
We have Panama fans and Grenada fans.
I love that.
Alongside each other, yes.
No, but you know, I love that. I love that we still have that opportunity in these stadiums to have fans from different teams together enjoying the game. It's different in other parts of the world, but at least here in this Gold Cup, we're fortunate to see that.
Always played back for Roderick Miller. Peralta. It is Carrasquilla again. Machado. There again we see that deeper defensive line from Grenada. Yanis. Ayarza. Quintero. Gaza. Good movement from Panama in those attacking areas too. Yanis. One time he couldn't thread that ball through, just too many bodies. This has led to these kind of counter opportunities. Almost like 1v none though. Ajipong holds it up, and well, he got just about as much as he could have asked for out of that one as he keeps possession and wins the throw-in.
Yeah, he was surrounded by Panamanian players. The transition has been better for Granada in these last minutes of the first half. In the beginning, they were too stretched going forward, not being compact. But in these final opportunities they had, they have done well.
So Del Lewis, we saw his goal-scoring record on World Cup qualifying. Carrasquilla. Then he's in possession. Yanis just further forward. So it goes beyond Rodriguez. Torres again dropping off. Nice touch, and then again attacking that space in behind. And a real letdown from Panama in possession. Regan Charles Cook. A couple of times he's had the opportunity to go and corner the bat. Just took a little bit too long there and allowed the help defender to come across. And now the free kick belatedly is going to be given. The referee was waiting to see if there was an advantage there for Norban to play that into the area.
I think it was well played by the referee. He was Charles Cook cutting outside. And he was Ayarza for that late challenge. Right there. Could have been a yellow card.
Lots of studs showing there.
I don't miss those things. I'm happy and comfortable here, just watching it, Keith.
You were more on the receiving end, there, correct?
Yes, of course.
Modern football. This presents a good opportunity here as we're well into the second of the two additional stoppage minutes for Granada to get themselves a goal. Ball is tipped to the side, cold effort, and then Calderon get a hand on that one. Looked like it might have been on target. Regan Charles Cook with a very good hit.
This is a great angle. Calderon moving just till the last minute. I think he lost his footing. He didn't have a lot of strength going to attack that ball. Yes, of course, the coach is not happy because he thought that that could have been the first goal for Granada in this Gold Cup. Good execution.
Corner kick, so the goalkeeper did get that touch to him. This should be the final action of the first half. And it's Miller with a good defensive header. And it might be a chance for one late break here for Panama. Rodriguez, two options further forward. Is Rodriguez going to try and go alone? Then he tries to cut back on his left foot and just couldn't get that delivery in. And that will be the final action of a first half that Panama started very quickly indeed. Quintero and Rodriguez getting the early goals, and they lead 2-0 after 45 minutes. So we're going to take a short break. Welcome back to Esploria Stadium. We're going to see a couple of changes here for Panama at the start of the second half. They lead by 2-0 after a very fast start to the first half. After a long weather delay. I'll tell you, the main coming on. We expected to see Edgar Barcenas at some stage, and Miguel Camargo, Independiente de Medellin man, is also going to come on as well. Mariano Trujillo alongside me in the booth. And we'll get to those changes in a moment as Granada get set to kick off the second half action here. Got a couple of moments going forward themselves as the half progressed. And they're going to make a change as well. John Noel Williams is going to come on. Granada kicking things off, attacking from left to right. And maybe no surprise that Lewis took that and knocked it ahead, didn't he? He is going to be replaced by Noel Williams. Immediately, Granada trying to get going in possession. Match referee Cesar Ramos from Mexico. Miguel Camargo is on in midfield. Mariano, 2-0 up at halftime for Panama. What's the message from Thomas Christensen heading into the second 45?
Just to fix a little details. You're winning. It hasn't been a complicated game from Panama defensively, but they have allowed Granada to create some kind of trouble, kind of problems. So that if you are facing a different opposition, probably they will punish you. So change those things, which is intensity, urgency at some point to recover the ball or to be in the right position. They're generous with the effort when they have to do the transition offense to defense. But just getting back to your position doesn't mean that you're defending well. They didn't do that in the first two games, so that will be something to focus in this second half as well. Something that I like about Panama in the first half and in this second half as well is the interchanging of positions between Rodriguez, Yanis, even Quintero. They're very mobile in the final third, and obviously that's complicated for Granada defense.
Etienne, who picked up that yellow card after coming on as a first half substitute for Sterling. Ball played back for Pierre. Made that one lung-busting run forward. Took him a little bit of a while to get back. Haven't seen him go forward since. Charles Cook, and that's a good run. Almost keeps that one in play, but he was a real threat in that first half as well. Regan Charles Cook. Let's have a change of pace in those wide positions.
He needs to try to go to the left. He always waits the last minute to go inside. Cordova knows that already, and he knows how to defend. Mix it up. Take your chances going to the left, and let's see what you can get. He has been the most active player offensively for Granada, but he needs a partner. Try to link and create something in that final third.
Well into Wednesday at Exploria Stadium, a game that started on Tuesday. And Tuesday that started with Panama having designs on moving on in Gold Cup play to the knockout stages, but that wasn't to be. Qatar excellent in their victory over Honduras earlier today. Games were supposed to kick off at the same time, but a long weather delay here denied us that opportunity. But Panama very professional in their approach, haven't let it allow them to drop their heads or take the focus off the job at hand, and very professional in the result here. Qatar and Honduras 1 and 2 in the group. Panama 4 points, and again they'll look back to the silly goals conceded against Qatar, being ahead against Honduras. They had their opportunities.
And if you analyze the games and their performances, Keith, you will see that they play good soccer. They an attractive style of soccer. When you are trying to play that style of soccer, you always need to be aware of the counterattack, the breakaway, and that's how Qatar and Honduras hurt that Panamanian team. Today they have done better in that aspect, but still, this can be a good preparation for what is coming next for this Panamanian side.
Looking for that big switch. It was a nice pass, wasn't it? Edgar Barcenas, the Oviedo man. I think you mentioned him in the first half. He's a pivotal piece of this team going forward. Perhaps that was a preconceived idea to give him 45 minutes today, replacing Yanis in the attack. He was lively himself in the first half. Camargo, who's replaced Ayarzak. Barcenas has to play that ball in, just too much on it for Rodriguez.
I'm sorry, kid, I'm sorry. Similar skills of the offensive players in Panama. You mentioned Bárcenas, Giannis, and they all know how to play and when to move and how to play. I like the fact that they also have Gaby Torres as a target man, creating those triangles in the final third.
Rodriguez, nice change of pace from him, nice cross. Gaby Torres sets himself up and he was closed down. He was appealing for a handball. Camargo, his effort goes well over, and Torres still trying to make his case to the referee.
Well, they're not happy. They're not happy about this opportunity. You have to do better than that. It looks like it was a first-time opportunity for Gaby Torres. He was with time and space. He could have set himself with his body position to finish that one first time. He took a good touch, but allowed the defender to close the space down, to close the angle. Camargo is calling one of the players, Machado, the captain. But that was a clear opportunity for Panama. That ball should have been in the back of the net.
I think the rule now as well, isn't it? If it comes off the body onto the arm, it's not going to be given regardless. But either way, that was never going to be given as a penalty. Delivery in, and finally cleared by Pierre. Another cross, and again well defended. This time Noel Williams, a big forward, coming back in. Peralta, Bárcenas, Camargo. And it was a square ball across the edge of the penalty area, and easily intercepted. Nice touch from Carrasquilla. I think you can tell I like him, Mariano, as a player.
He's very good. You know, he plays simple. He reads the game very well. He's always in a good position to keep the flow of the game. There you go.
There he is again. Machado. Every outfield player inside the Granada half of the field. I get the sense this could be a long second half for the Minnows. Machado, Bárcenas, good first touch on the turn, but equally strong defensively from Pierre. It's just these areas here, they're not keeping possession after they do clear it. Quintero. Lovely pass by Quintero. Camargo just couldn't get it out of his feet quickly enough. And again, they can't hold it up, and the body language there was not great from Granada after losing possession again.
Yeah, they have to calm down and organize a little bit. It's been all Panama in this second half, and the problem when you have your midfielders and your defensive backline too close is that when you recover the ball, you have nobody to play up front. They have the target man, yes, but when they play with the forward, nobody's close to try to connect the second pass, or at least to have possession of the ball. Panama is doing well. As soon as they lose the ball, they try to react right away to recover, at least to put some pressure and force those mistakes. But if you cannot go forward, kid, at least get something out of it. Get a foul so you can have some oxygen of that pressure that Panama is applying right now.
Had one win in those 4 matchups in the World Cup qualifying. 2-0 loss to El Salvador. Antigua and Barbuda beat them. And then a loss to Montserrat as well. So again, this is a little bit more difficult going to a Gold Cup and expecting to be at that very top level against much more elite opposition.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a learning experience. You have to continue building from those experiences. From Panama and Granada, Panama it's a constant team participating in Gold Cup, and honestly, I really like what Thomas Christensen is doing with this Panamanian team. You can see a style, you can see some good concepts. They need to be better in some phases of the game, but I think this has been a great experience for them, a positive one, regardless of the final result.
Pierre goes back to the goalkeeper, Reece Charles Cook, and after that mistake in the first game, wasn't taking any chances with that ball played back to his feet. Peralta. Machado. Good football again to get this ball out for Rodriguez. Bárcenas tries for the give and go, but that's good defending. Very good play indeed from McQueen. Hold it is the shout from the line. This time they do, and they have a runner in behind, and well, Calderon quick off his line. The flag might have got up anyway. Quintero skips away from the challenge. Panama side, of course, who did qualify for the World Cup in 2018. Interesting to see how they start the qualification process with 2 or 3 at home. We're going to see 3 changes coming here for Grenada.
Some fresh legs. You know, they look a little bit gassed in this second half. The weather, the humidity, the delay of the game as well. We heard a couple of minutes ago the coach screaming to the player to hold the ball. And yes, that's the first step. The second step is the midfielders running to participate in that second play. So fresh legs are important for Grenada in this second half.
Well, Jacob Berkeley, Adjipong, who really didn't get the touches he probably would have wanted in this game, was going to come off. As is Regan Charles Cook. He was one that was lively. Romar Frank. Jamal Ray Charles is going to come on.
Good effort by Charles on that left flank side.
And Alex
he wasn't
McQueen,
as productive.
Yeah, I'd agree. Alex McQueen is going to come off as well. Quasim Theodore is going to come on. And you'd imagine, Mariano, when you lose games, you have that disappointment, but you take a while away, you look back and you think you've represented your team at the Gold Cup level. Lots to be proud of as well for these players.
Yes, of course, this is a great experience, and obviously your DNA, being a professional athlete, you're not happy when you don't get the result. Like you said, you have to take this as it is. It was a great experience, and you have to learn from it. Next time that you're here, it will be a surprise. You know what to expect. You know the level of the competition and what you need to do to be successful.
Quasim Theodore, the 25-year-old, the last one you saw coming on. Experienced international. Not sure if it's that deeper defensive shape of Grenada, or Panama might have taken the foot off the gas after getting the 2 early goals, and that's slack defensively by Machado. You mentioned his issues playing out of the back earlier. Now a chance from distance. That one takes a deflection. And the roll-out quickly for Quintero.
Yeah, when you have time and space and you are making these type of mistakes, is something that obviously you need to focus on, especially being the captain, being one of the veterans of the team. You have to be the example for the new players of the new generation. It's not easy, Keith, sometimes when you feel that you're not participating, that the opponent team is not threatening you constantly. Sometimes you lose focus of the game and you try to do something else. It's not an easy thing to stay mentally focused in these type of games sometimes. Wrong stadium. A Mexican fan over there.
I think some early prep for those World Cup qualifiers. Can never be too prepared.
Sure.
Well, I wonder if those young Mexican fans are going to make their way to Saturday's action in quarterfinal play. Mexico taking on Honduras, 10 p.m. Eastern FS1. Before that, it is going to be Qatar taking on El Salvador. A game you would not give me a prediction in earlier. I've given you a little bit more time to digest it.
All right. I think I'm leaning towards one of the teams, and I've been following El Salvador from the Olympic qualifiers with Hugo Perez, and I really like what they have built around this national team, and I think El Salvador is going to take this one. Yeah, Qatar is dangerous going forward, but El Salvador has proven against Mexico, for example, that they can deal with that, and offensively they're creative with Josh Perez playing on the right-hand side, with a couple of players playing in the U.S., obviously Alex Roldan. I think they have what they need to advance.
Hugo Perez doing an excellent job recruiting players. And you can tell they buy into what's being sold so far. Big game for him against Qatar. And one you can catch on Fox Sports. Oh, you did sell me on the other game of how bad Mexico were right before you let me know Mexico were moving on. So sometimes I'm not sure with you, Mariana.
No. I mean, I believe that Mexico hasn't been great, but honestly, the individual skills, the quality of the team will make a difference in this quarterfinals. Won't be easy though, because in Honduras, every time they play against Mexico, they know that the physicality is a factor they can use on their favor, and Trinidad and Tobago proved that right.
Peralta over the head of Barcenas. And just to add to that, when it's Mexico or the US, they know the other sides, they get up for it. It's their biggest game as well, isn't it? It is. The chance to face them.
Yeah, of course, it is. It is a great opportunity when you face the giants, if you want to call it like that, of CONCACAF. She's right. She's totally right. You see, she's explaining. He should have kicked it he should have kicked it in a different way. She's into the game. But going back to what you were asking me, I think when you're facing the U.S. and Mexico is a great platform for players to, stand out, to raise their hands and say, hey, I'm here. I want to probably have a good opportunity in MLS or in the Mexican League. So it's a great opportunity for them to perform.
Rodriguez, Carrasquilla, Quintero. He's got two options either side of him. Probably could have gone earlier. He likes to hold it himself. And then plays to an overlapping fullback that hadn't overlapped.
And that's what I meant in the first half. They were being professional. You call it like that, and I agree with the term. They were playing simple. Now it looks to me that Panama is trying to do a little bit more than they have to. They could have scored at least one more goal in the second half, and they're giving some hope to Granada.
Now they might get through here. Torres in behind. Little chip over the goalkeeper, and the keeper does just enough to keep that one out. Reece Charles Cook, I think it came off just the top of his body as he just tried to spread himself. Second opportunity for Torres in behind. Corner of the back. Whipped in cross, and that one headed clear by Beckles. Pierre. That's out of play for the throw-in. Well, that was a little bit quicker from Panama.
I mean, you have to put this in the back of the net. Torres is one of your experienced players, one of the veterans, and again, if this game, it's your last chance to be part of this squad of the roster for the qualifiers, you have had two opportunities. You haven't been able to score any of those. It's your first game in Gold Cup. It has to be better than that. And I think if I can use this term, the weakest link of Panama in this game has been Torres, because the midfielders and the creative midfielders have been very good creating opportunities, but you have to be a killer if you're playing that number 9 position. Oof. Risky by Calderon again.
And we've seen that from Panama throughout the competition as well.
But I like that. And obviously this has to be with the head coach, with Christensen. I'm not saying forcing them, but encouraging them to play from that initial third. Take that risk. You're going to make mistakes, but if you can take that advantage, numerical advantage, you will put your opponent in danger.
There's Barcenas up against Pierre. Pierre all over him, and the ball played in behind Rodriguez, back on his left foot, and he's found the corner again. Clinical finish after excellent hold-up play from Barcenas, and the third goal we felt was coming has now come. Game, set, match for Panama. No chance for Cook in goal. And they've just been a cut above tonight.
Granada has shown some sign of improvement in this second half, but when you have the quality, you can use that quality anytime. It was Torres first, putting that ball over the back line, and then Barcenas being smart, savvy play right here, holding the ball, waiting for the right movement for his teammate Rodriguez. Nice cut, and then with that left and powerful foot, this is amazing. Fake cut to the left side, inside of the left foot, putting that ball away to the back post, away from the goalkeeper. Charles Cook tried, but it was impossible for him. This is a smart soccer by Barcenas. When you have the number 10, you have to create something, and that's what Barcenas did. The second one of the night for Jose Rodriguez.
First couple of international goals as well. Not a bad time to find him. Let's see if he can build on that moving into World Cup qualifying.
That's why you like Barcenas.
Yes.
That number 10.
Yep. He and Giannis linked very well together. Now they're both going to play 45 tonight. I guess Thomas Christensen's got to go away and have a think about a defensive formula that gives them the balance. US, incidentally, will face Panama on October 10th. That will be in Panama. Just me, Mariano, or does it feel like CONCACAF World Cup qualifying is a little bit stronger this year in terms of the depth of teams when you add in Canada, who have good attacking options as well? You have Jamaica too, who have tried to build a squad of players, some of them based in Europe. Do you feel it's going to be that little bit more difficult?
I think so. I think it will be difficult. I mean, it's 3 spots that guarantee you a ticket to the World Cup.
Well, the ball played in behind, and the run from Barcenas, and the goalkeeper makes a save, and he's going to hold it at the second attempt.
Great through ball for Barcenas, and I think it was a little push from the defender right there, you know, to unbalance them, and that's a big difference. When you have in your mind already what you're going to do, and then you feel that little push, it's something important for the defenders, and could have been the 4-1 for Panama. Smart play by the defender.
But just getting back to the World Cup qualification conversation.
I agree with you. I think it's going to be hard for Mexico and the U.S. playing in Jamaica, playing in Panama, in Canada as well. This home advantage can be a key factor. One situation with Mexico is, well, some of the players are playing in Europe, so when they go back to Mexico, the altitude and all those advantages that they had in the past are not working good for them. So yeah, I think it's going to be complicated. Three spots to go to the World Cup, and one other spot that they will have to play another extra game. To be honest, I don't think it will be that easy. Usually in Mexico they say, you know, we're going to advance, walk into the next phase, which will be the World Cup. I think they will have to run a little bit more this time, because it won't be that easy.
Over the last 2 qualification periods, we've had late drama. Mexico first, they made it. Second time, the US didn't. So I think both coaches will be happy if they don't go through those late CONCACAF World Cup qualifying drama moments. Rodriguez, he's on a hat-trick now. Ball played in behind Barcenas. He'll chip back, and Beckles with the header clear.
So active, Rodriguez. He's very good at faking going to the right. You know he's a left-footed, and it's something similar than Carlos Vela. You know he's going to go to the left, and still he finds a way to create the space and either finish or make a connection with his teammates.
Carrasquilla is going to come off. He's going to be replaced by Victor Griffith in midfield. And the other change coming is Hernan Aguilar is coming on, and he's going to replace Quintero. Quintero got us rolling early on with that very good goal, didn't he?
Great performance by Quintero. Here's a replay. Lovely turn and superb finish with power and placement. Here's Aguilar, number 18. Some fresh legs, some minutes for these players in the Panama squad. I think Carrasquilla kid, it's one of the players that it's a pivotal part of this team in the middle of the park. Too smart. With and without the ball. Oh, they're having fun, without a doubt.
When you get to stay up late on a night like this, it's always good as a youngster.
I am having fun. We have goals. It's a Gold Cup. It's been an entertaining game. Panama doing what they need to do. Granada making a good effort to create something. But I think that they're lacking chemistry, and that comes with time, kid.
Is there enough quality within the pool from Granada to expect more than just simply qualifying for Gold Cup?
I think not at the moment, but I believe that if they can find their strengths.
We'll get back to that in a moment. Aguilar playing that ball forward for Torres, who's now whistled for offside, and well, the usual frustration from a centre-back who has to play those extra few seconds while he's waiting.
And I'm with them. I'm feeling the centre-backs.
Well, when you see that...
I don't know. Could have been a tight one if Etienne was that last man. I think at the moment Granada, they still finding their style and the way they want to play as a national team in this game. And you can see the evolution of Panama, even Haiti, and all those teams that at the beginning of their participations in this Gold Cup, they had a different style. Now they build up from the back, they know what their strengths are, and I think that's a process that Granada is going to go through. Let's see if in the future they can come back to the Gold Cup and put up a better performance.
The Shrewsbury Town man again over this. He's on the hit a few of these set pieces so far. We'll see if he can get better range on this one. He finds a teammate. No, Williams was trying to hold it up, but instead it was cleared by Panama, but Granada have it back. And the moments they have sent players forward, they have looked vulnerable as well, haven't they, on those transition moments from Panama.
It will be nice for them to score at least one goal at this tournament. You know, to go with that image in your head. Conceding 4 goals in the first game, 4 goals in the second one, 3 goals so far. So I think 1 goal will be a good reward for them for all the effort that they have put in this CONCACAF Gold Cup. And they have shown some good moments in the different games.
Third appearance. They appeared in 2009, 2011 as well, Granada. Free kick well won again. A big striker getting his head to it, but a chance to break the other way for Panama. Torres. Working down the middle. He has one option in behind. Lovely ball. Well, it was just too much on it for Barcenas. Wow, that was close.
That was really close. Well read by Torres. He had plenty of options on the left, on the right, in the middle. He cut the field diagonally, engaging and committing. He was just inches away from Barcenas. He did a great movement. Man of the match?
Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Are you asking? Or is this
I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
Questions, Mariana. That's the way this has to be. But if you're telling me you think he is, I would agree.
Yeah, I think he is the man of the match. I like not just the goals, but what he did. Yeah, here Barcenas being smart. This little cut, amazing. You know he's gonna go to the left. You know that's his strong foot, and still he's able to find that space.
Orlando Blackburn is going to come on, a man who has played and scored already in the competition. And ball played in behind. Aguilar on target and good save at the second attempt, as Blackburn was just lurking inside the 6-yard box as well.
It wasn't an easy one for Aguilar. The ball was a little bit behind, so he needed to fix that to put that on goal. I think from Granada, Charles Cook, the goalkeeper, has done pretty well, denying a couple of times the opportunity to score another goal to Panama. Oh yeah, enjoy, have fun. It's the beautiful game. Look, Aguilar, the ball was a little bit behind. Carrying the ball at speed sometimes is not easy. You have to have a good touch in front of you to finish that one in a better form, in a better way. But still good enough to go on target.
There's 1 shot on goal so far for Granada. They do have 1 goal in the history in CONCACAF Gold Cup play. That came in the group stages in 2011. It was in a 7-1 loss to Honduras. Clive Murray is the name that... Well, it could say he was the only goal scorer so far, unless we can get one later.
Well, and if you see the positives, you know, that was 7-1. Now, you know, they have competed better. They obviously have conceded a lot of goals, a couple of goals, but it hasn't been that 7-1 that it was in the past participations. And I firmly believe that when you build the squad, you have to start with a solid defensive block. From there, you can create whatever you want. If not, you can have superstars, playing forward and being super creative. But if you concede a lot of opportunities, your chances to win are minimal.
Ball back with Calderon. And again, it's intercepted, and maybe we're going to have another name alongside Clive Murray. The ball played to this far side, in on goal, a real opportunity, and it's deflected off the defender and in. They have the goal. Romar Frank, the substitute, rounded the goalkeeper. He was the calmest man inside the penalty area. And a late consolation here for Granada, and their fans celebrate. You tell me it doesn't matter, Mariano.
It does. It does. They were late, waiting for their national team to perform. They didn't have great games the first games they play here. And it's again Machado. It's a veteran. He's the captain. This is not the first mistake that he made in that area of the field. A great run. Great assist right there for number 7, Frank. Nice cut. He was locking that final touch, but who cares? The ball is in the back of the net. Something to celebrate for Granada, for the fans waiting and supporting this national team. I'm just happy for them, kid. That was an amazing goal for them. Oof. That feeling when the ball touches the back of the net as a fan. Even Panama fans are celebrating the goal, kid. Yes.
And that's what it means to Finlay as well, the coach. Clive Murray, if you're watching somewhere, we have a new name alongside you as a goal scorer for Granada in the Gold Cup. And Frank, so calm to round the goalkeeper. And then a little bit of help on the line as well.
And obviously it's all celebration on the Granada side, but I bet you that Thomas Christensen is not happy with that mistake. It's not the first one. They have probably caused them not being part of the next round in this Gold Cup. And they continue making the same mistakes. It's something that he really needs to emphasize if he wants to get better results. Especially when you don't have a pressure, when you have all the time to make your decision, to deliver a good pass, and you're not able to make it, then that's something that you have to consider for the future.
You can tell that Thomas Christensen's used this game as well to just cast his eye on as many of his squad players as well as he leads into World Cup qualifying.
Yeah, the result is important, obviously, Keith, but you have to analyze, if you're a coach or part of that coaching staff, the individual performances. I think that's important as well in these type of games, in these types of competition. Gavi Torres, yeah, he has done well, but I think he had 2 opportunities. So can you rely, is he a reliable player when you're facing the U.S. and when you're facing Mexico? Well, Thomas Christensen will have to make his decisions in the near future.
Albert Miller, and he played that ball forward and went down immediately. He took a knock there, I think, in the face, and the referee may have to stop this one. He said the elbow was swung.
Yeah, that was a 50-50 ball that we're challenging for the ball. Probably elbows and arms were flying right there. Yeah, there's contact over there. I don't think bad intention. I don't think it was an elbow, probably the forearm. It does hurt.
And they're in again here. They're not done just yet. Corner kick for Granada. I said it was a late consolation. Yeah. There's still time.
Yes. When you score a goal, it's a boost of confidence. Now their legs are tired. And you will have some spaces to go forward. Let's see if Granada can take advantage of that. I mean, conceding 2 goals for Panama, that won't be a good thing, making the final analysis of their participation in this Gold Cup.
Well, they've now conceded 7 goals in the 3 group stage matches, and they almost conceded again. That was a free header, completely missed inside the area by Beckles. Etienne goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Direct option from him, Pierre. Just walks away from that one. He's a big man, isn't he?
He's huge, he's big, he's strong, and I think, yeah, that was a foul from the captain. He's got that left arm right there holding.
Towering over.
I've been there a couple of times, Keith. It's not fun.
Well, the US are back in action this Sunday in the quarterfinal stage of the Gold Cup. They will take on a very good Jamaica side. That one 9 p.m. Eastern on FS1. Before that, it's going to be Costa Rica taking on Canada, 7 p.m. Eastern. Big Sunday of CONCACAF Gold Cup quarterfinal action coming your way.
Don't ask me again, because I might change my predictions. I might change my predictions, so don't ask me again, please.
Again, you couldn't have really scripted tighter matchups in the quarterfinal stage.
Yes.
Panama in possession here. Torres. I might go for goal there as it opened up for him, but he decided not to, and the opportunity went begging. And again, it's a cheap giveaway. We've seen that time and again in this second half from Panama. Jamal Ray Charles wins possession now, wins the free kick. I got one for you though, Mariano, after you gave me the quarterfinal teams.
Okay.
When it's all said and done, who's the team standing with the Gold Cup in Las Vegas? I'm skipping semi-finals.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'm hoping that Mexico improves. And if that's the case, I think they have enough to be the champions of this one, especially because the U.S. doesn't have the strongest side. If they can pass these quarterfinals, over Honduras, which I think will be a tough task, I see Mexico winning everything, taking some silverware back to Mexico.
So after all the ridiculing, the Mexico team at the beginning, you have them winning the trophy. There we go.
Well, I honestly, Honduras not having Kyoto and Ellis, that's a key part for the Honduran side. I don't think if they have him, the scenario will be different. I think it could have been difficult for Mexico, and I will give him a 60-40 chance to advance. But now without them, it's going to be complicated.
The flick on, and Panama not exactly covering themselves in glory here defensively. Miller slices his clearance. Grenade inside the penalty area again. Jamal Ray Charles.
And suddenly you have the feeling that Grenada can score the second one in these final minutes.
And that is concern for Thomas Christensen and his staff to just eradicate the team of these silly mistakes. Cummings didn't play today. Machado's come in and has had issues. Aguilar going the other way. I do notice as well, Mariano, that when I asked you for your prediction, you went from Mexico to Honduras. You never mentioned a team called USA in your sides that can win the competition.
I think they have struggled, and now without Zimmerman.
Some flicks out for Pierre. Marcenes, edge of the penalty area. He got away from one, couldn't get away from the second defender. So the US, who won the group 3-for-3, you were saying?
Yeah, no, I think without Walker Zimmerman, it's going to be a tough one for the U.S. He was a solid defender. I won't say the veteran, but a player that can give you some security or sense of security in that back line. Let's see what Greg Berhalter does. They have enough players. They have good players. But I want to see them against a tougher position. They have done the necessary to advance, winning. But I don't know, I want to see them against better position and see the reality of this U.S. national team.
Henry Kessler has been called up, as has Cade Cowell for the US. Yes, that goal again. He hit that just about as hard as he could, Frank, and that's what helped to get over the line. And there's the smiling faces. We saw it in the stands as well.
Oh, that was close. And you can see, Keith, Panama has good players, but when you make the substitutions, the quality and the level is not the same as when you had Quintero and all the players that we saw in the first half. Probably Bárcenas is at that level, but the rest, Thomas Christensen needs to work on that. You will need rotations during the qualifiers. You will need substitutions. You might have some injuries, and you have to have players ready to perform against a better opposition. There's not too much room to make mistakes in the final round of the qualifiers.
A free kick here for Panama, cornered by going down. Well, could easily have laid over themselves and just given up after conceding the 2 early goals, Granada, but they regrouped. Panama fans left wondering what might have been if some of their performances have been better defensively earlier in the group stage.
Against Honduras,
yep.
Just winning the game, having the advantage twice, and not being able to close that game. I think that was the key game for them.
Torres. Again, he was looking towards Bárcenas. They almost switch roles, of Bárcenas being the furthest forward and Torres being in that number 10 position.
I don't know if they call a handball previously, or a foul, because it was Panama's ball.
Nice turn from Bárcenas. Granada looking to break, but that's a good interception. Peralta, Norburn, McQueen. A football here from Granada. The ball played in the channel, forcing Machado back defensively. And instead of going to his goalkeeper, he likes to try and play it out.
Yeah, he has been shaky throughout the whole night, and that's something that the coach might be worried about, because, like I said, he's your captain, he's your veteran, 36 years of age. Oh, close.
He's still not done. A real battle going on for this one.
Love it.
First down. Good switch. McQueen coming forward. He's got numbers inside the area. Whipped in. And a good save from Calderon. That would have really set us up for a grandstand finale. Instead, we're going the other way. Martinez looking for Blackburn. And now Pierre's going to step out of the back again. They have given it everything in this second half, Granada.
Yeah, but I like to see that attitude. You said it. After the second one, they could have been disappointed, and they took the other approach. They were aggressive going forward in this second half, just making mistakes, but at least putting 100% in terms of effort, trying to score that one. And why not the second one?
We're hearing there's going to be a minimum of 2 additional minutes at the end of this one. A game that will end Wednesday. A game that started on Tuesday. So I think it's safe to say everyone's happy with just the 2 minutes. The cross comes in.
And they still won the second one.
And they've probably given themselves a shout to say they deserve it as well. There's that save from Calderon. Here's that battle for the ball. The goal scorer, Frank, nobody giving an inch.
What do you call over there? They're dancing over there, dancing with the ball.
Takes two to tango, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Adidas tango.
Yeah. What a shot by Patterson right there. Great save. By the way, Calderon has been good on Panama's goal. With the ball on his feet and obviously making some good saves.
Well, here there might not be any stoppage time. Indeed, there is the final whistle. Panama end the group stages with the victory. Thomas Christensen will be happy with the win, but still plenty of question marks over his side defensively. But we will have quarter-final action coming up on Saturday. Qatar taking on El Salvador FS2, 7:20 p.m. Eastern. And then on FS1, 10 p.m. Eastern, it is Mexico taking on Honduras. Then on Sunday, two more quarterfinals. Costa Rica against Canada on FS1, 7 p.m. Eastern. And then later that evening, the US taking on Jamaica. Well, that is all we have time for on behalf of our entire crew and my partner, Mariano Trujillo. I'm Keith Costigan saying thank you for joining us once again. The final score, Panama 3, Grenada 1.